so I asked Siana to teach me. And she was proceeding to tell me what I needed on my altar.
Okay. This is proper magic, as in Western, the path of Western magic. So the first things that a witch has on the altar is a chalice or a cup that represents the element of water, a little dagger, and blunt usually. If it's touched blood, you can't use it on your ritual altar because it's unconsecrated. And that represents the mind. You have a wand, which represents the fire, or the creative passion. Then you have either a bowl of salt or a flat copper disc with a pentagram on it, and that represents the element of earth. So you have those four things on your altar because it represents 4 quarters of the planet, the 4 worlds: the mental, emotional, the spiritual, and physical. And it's magic is working in harmony with the seasons and the cycles and the energies of the earth. And so you having those energies represented on the altar means that you've got awareness of the elements that you're working in to create change. Because what magic is the art of bringing about change in the world by application of the mind or the will. Usually it's the will, mind, same thing. And there's only one law of magic really, which is do what thou wilt and harm none. So basically, as a witch or a practicing magician, you have the freedom to do what you want to do, so long as you don't harm anything, any living thing or anything. So that sounds very simple, and it is a very free law, but it has a great deal of responsibility in it too.
So what happens do you know anyone that's done that, that's taken the magic and used it for negative purpose?
Yeah, I've seen people do that, and I've seen it backfire on them really in very painful ways. So harming other people always connects you to the outcome. So if you do black magic, or you do specific magic that's aimed at hurting someone else, it's going to rebound and recoil back on you 3 times. And that's another magical saying is the ancient awesome law of 3, which is that things happen in 3s. So it's 3 times increase the effect of any negative act that you do. Same with any positive or any loving act. 3 times increases the energy that comes back to you as the source of that. So it's best to work for the highest good of all concerned. That's a principle that means that you're going to be having responsibility and not impacting negatively on other people. And that will also draw to you some really like-minded people, So if you're operating for the highest good of all, then you're actually in a position where you can increase your own positive karma and, have a really good life. And people make the mistake of thinking that they need to work on the dark side to create the results that they want, but often that's to do with material greed or possessions. And that's a very, kind of material perception of the world, whereas as a magician or a magic person or a witch, you actually don't want to work for the material side of things so much. You want actually to work with the earth, because the tradition of magic is that it's in harmony with the earth and it's for the good of the earth, and that you're working in balance with the highest powers that there is too.